Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to show you a quick demo of hospital management system. Before starting, if you not have subscribed my YouTube channel, please go to my YouTube channel and please subscribe and press the bell icon. Okay, so before starting, I'm going to tell you what software I'm exactly using. I'm using Microsoft Visual Studio Express 2012 for desktop, and I'm using this as the database. Okay, let me show you what actually I'm using. SQL Server Management Studio 2012, both are of same version, and you need to also install SQL Express server. Okay, so before that, let me show you how to start this project. Okay, so starting this, and first of all, this is a login page where I have put this image in the background and two text boxes, and this is the label, username and password. This is login button. Okay, so if this text box are empty, it's going to show wrong username or password. I'm going to show you how exactly this is working. So for this, my username is HMS and password is PASS, that is pass. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how it's logging. Now it's logged in and it's now on the dashboard. So here the dashboard is. Here I have inserted one image in this picture box and I have put it this label and this label too. Okay, so here you can see that this is the arrow. Okay, so when we click on these buttons, this arrow will become red. On which button we have clicked, that arrow will become red and the rest of the other will be black. So I will show you this also, how it's going to perform. And what is this? Actually, this is a GIF I have downloaded from internet and I have put it into a picture box. I have made the background of this form as white. Okay, so now I'm going to show what is going to happen when I click on add new patient record. Okay, so here now you can see this arrow becomes red and the rest of the arrow is black. For this is red and rest of the arrow is black. So how it's going to work? So I'm going to insert a name like Ankit. Okay, so Ankit is from Delhi and contact number is something, I don't care, and the age is 25, and what we need is gender is male and blood group is AB positive. Any major disease suffered, just enter no, or if you think that he suffered or as per the patient record. Here what we have written is always enter a unique patient ID. So 258, I have entered this, remember this, or let me enter something simple, 500. And now I'm going to save it. Now data is saved and we need to add 4 here. You can see that with the patient ID, what we have entered, patient ID is 500. So what we have entered is now shown here. Okay, so need to enter more information after the checkup of this patient. So what are the symptoms? Fever, cough, etc. And the diagnosis is positive. Something, whatever diagnosis says, you can write it here. And after that, medicine required, let me decode total or quick action 500. That's it. What required? Yes. What type of ward it requires is general ward. And what we need to do is just save this record. These records are saved into the database. We can also clear these text as the text has been cleared in the previous fields. I will show you this also, how to do that. So okay, here we have entered this Ankit. You can match the record. Here the patient ID is 500 and this is also the patient ID. What I have done is I have created the two databases, two tables for these two records. Okay, and I have used join operation to merge all the data within this. Okay, so you can see all the data is inserted, and how to design this I will definitely going to show you. And in this hospital management, This is, I have put a picture box here, and this is actually a label. Okay, so I'm going to teach you step by step. I'm going to show you practically step by step. So don't worry about this. If you are find it difficult, then believe me, nothing can be more simple than C#. Okay, so for today's lecture, that's enough. Okay, so follow my videos and check the playlist, or just keep watching this video. You will learn everything. You don't have any problem. If you have any problem, then put your questions or whatever in your mind just in the comment box. And thanks for watching. Please subscribe my YouTube channel, and for the source code, do comment your email ID in the comment box. Thanks. Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make this login page, and let me show you a quick demo of this project. So let's start, and the password, username is SSMS and password is pass. After that you need to click on login, and it's sent to this new form. And here you can see that this is a dashboard actually, and here this is the image I have set. You can set for the different hospital. Okay, and this is the add new patient. You can see this, and this is actually GIF, which is put into a picture box. I will show you how to make this. And here you need to fill all these records, and if you don't fill or something, like it will show patient ID already exists, or any field is empty, or data is in wrong format, all the possible errors it shows. So you need to check this all. Okay, after that this is actually popped up. You can resolve it very easily. And add diagnostic information. Here you can search for any particular IDs like this. Okay, if we don't enter a valid PID, then it will remain empty. Like, just remove it, or invalid PID. Here you can add more record, and will patient required ward or not. After that, these are the details which is in the database, and this is hospital information. So I will show step by step for every button click how to perform these steps. Now let's start with this login page. Okay, for that we need to right click on this, and let's create a new project. I'm using Visual Studio 2012 and MS SQL database. New project. Windows Form application. Select Windows Form application. After that, name whatever you want to, but I'm going to write HMS video. Okay. Let's click OK. Sorry. We will just creating a new project, and it will take a bit time. Okay, here we are with this form one, and you can make large as much as you want. After that, what I have showed you there is that this is a picture behind this login page. So let me show you how to add this picture. Okay, just right click on this and go to properties. Here it is, and select for background image. It's here. You need to just click on this and local import. After that, you need to, sorry, that's the wrong folder. Let me show where it is actually. Here it is. Select one picture, whatever you want to select. I'm selecting this one. Open and click on OK. It actually decrease the size. Oh, here we go. Now let's see. It looks similar. No, this is the wrong one. Okay. It looks similar now. And now let's go for, we have two text fields. Okay. Now just drag and drop text field. just copy and paste one more. We need 2, and what we need is label. Just need to drag and drop. We need 2, right? So here it is, and one button. Just drag and drop it. Okay, so now it looks a bit similar. As you can see, this look similar. What is label name, username, and password? Let's change it. Just right click on this, properties, text, user name. Right. After that, it's password. There are 2 types of field. One is text field and one is design name. Let me show you. This is design name. If you change this, then this will going to be used in this programming side. Okay, so I'm going to change this text design name. It's design name, not this name. Here you can see that. Let me show you. Okay, sorry, that's for the label name. Okay, so let me change it to txt user name, and let me change it to txt password. Keep the familiar name which can be easily be remembered as well. After that, let me change the name of this button. And this is the design name, and we need to change the name. Search for text. Here you can change. Let me see what actually was there. It's login. Now click for this and just go change it to login. Enter and change the design name to btn login, and let me show you how to code. What we want, whenever we click on this login button, it goes to the next form. Okay, it means go to the dashboard. Now I'm starting just this project to show you how actually it is accepting the text. It's accepting the text in plain format. Let me change it to star and star. Search for cat type. Let me check. Password character is star, and just need to save it and just execute it. Now whatever we write in this password field, it will be in star format. So here we go. Now code for this login text, login button. Actually, just double click on this, will create and click event, and here we go, where you can write code whatever you want to. So for login, what we need is to store username and password into a variable. I'm creating a variable that is username of string type, and what we need to do is just copy whatever user enter in this field to this variable. For that, we need to write the text field name, that is design name, that is text username, and from that text what we need is text. Just write it, and in the same way for password as well. What we need is text, right? So here I'm going to show you how to actually hard code it login. After that, I will show you how to make this with the database connectivity. That's not much difficult, but actually I'm trying to teach you how actually program works, how actually in the background it perform tasks. It will just use a if condition. If user name is equal to, like I'm keeping the same username and we want to check for both the username and password is equal to that is pass. Then what we need is, let me show you dialog box and message box dot show. You have enter right username and password. Let me just show you. I'm just checking it. Okay. Else the condition will be same short of message box dot show wrong user ID or password. Okay. Semicolon is missing. Just save it and let's see what happened. I'm typing something wrong and just click on login. Wrong user ID password is working. And let me type HMS and password will be pass. Okay. So you have entered right username and password. Now how do we move from one form to another form when we enter this? So for that, first we need to create one new form. Like just right click on this, your project, and after that add. Add to Windows form. Click on this Windows form, and I'm just keeping it dashboard DSH. It's dashboard. Okay, and click on this. And I want this to be of size like this. Put a label to show that it's actually working. I'm just putting it right here. Now let me show you how to move from this form to this form on login button click. What we just need is need to remove this. I'm commenting this and just let me show you. First of all, what we want is that this form hidden when perform login, when we click on this login button. For that we just need to write is this dot hide. This is a method to hide the current panel on which we are clicking, or current form on which we are clicking. Okay, so let me show you. This is HMS and pass. Whenever we verify this here, let me compare these two. First text field is HMS and second is pass, and here it is HMS and pass. If these matches, then this form will be hidden. Let me show what happened. This form is hidden. Now it's working perfectly. Now what we want to move from one form to another form. For that we need to create an object of the second form, and second form name is dashboard.cs. Okay, so there we need to create dashboard dash so go to new, that is dashboard. Here we go, and what we need to see is dashboard.show, and that's it. Here we go. Just remove the space, we don't need it. Just click on this, and here we need to write HMS and pass, and click on this login. Here we move to the new dashboard, and here we go. And thanks for today's lecture, and thanks for watching, and please like, subscribe and share with your friends. In the next lecture I will show you how to make this. Let me show you. Sorry, this is the wrong project. Let me show you HMS and pass. Next lecture I will show you how to make this all. These buttons, these pictures. Okay, so stay tuned and please like, subscribe and share with your friends. Please do subscribe and click on that bell button so that you can be updated with our videos. And if you have any suggestions or any particular video, you need any particular video or source code, please do comment. Please comment your email IDs. I will definitely share you. Okay, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe and share once again. Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. In last lecture I have shown you how to make this login page, and my username is HMS and password is pass, and when we click on this login we are moved to the new form, and I have shown this in the previous video. If you have not seen it, then please go to my playlist, search for hospital management system, and there you can find the video, or I will put the link in the description for the previous video. Okay, so what I'm going to today do is, let me show you. So code is like this. This is actually completely met project. Hit login. Today I'm going to show you how to make this. Okay, these all buttons, how these perform, and the picture box, etc. Okay, so let's get started with this. First of all, let me check what is the size of this form. Let me check where its property is, and the size is 901.407. Let's go here. Dashboard size is 90. That is 901 and 407. 901 and 407. Let's click into it. There it is. We delete it. What we need is a button. We need 4 buttons. Okay, so here we go. Okay, and we need here is one label. So what is its name is? Here you can see controller. So change its name to text to controller. Here we go. Let me change its background color to white. Background color. Sorry, custom and it's right. Now it's good. Okay, so let me check what says font so that it looks similar. Font is 18 ppt. Just you can do it by your own. You don't need to copy it. Font sorry, just need to go for, just click on this and AOG, here it is, and go for 80 and click on OK. Here we go. And after that, change the button properties to what its name is, add new patient record. Text is add new patient record. Add new patient record, and click on enter, and just increase the length. For the same, check for the another, add diagnosis information. information, just click enter, and size, increase size, and after the next one is full history of the patient and hospital information. Now type full history of the patient, I guess, and this is hospital information. INFO, and let me sorry. Oh shit, I need to do it all once again. I guess let me rename it. Let me just quickly copy the names as I have deleted it by pressing Ctrl Z. Let me make it quick. Select it and paste and enter. After that, this full patient. Just paste it here, and after that, this is actually hospital information. Let me type it. And now set the size of this. This is actually go to font. Here it is. Select this one, look pretty to me. You can select whatever you want. After that, just see the size of the button. You can keep it whatever you want to, but let me 39 its location actually. Size is 177 and 37. 177 and 37. Just go here and 177 and 37. Just need to you can also increase and decrease it. Okay, here we have these keys now, and what we need is the background color of the button. Just okay, let me align this. Just right click on this and go to properties, and there you can change the background color, and background color is white. You can change whatever you want to. This is okay, just background, go click on this, system active caption, and like just same do for the rest. And after that, what we need is a picture box. Sorry, here you can see it's a picture box, and let me show you. It's a picture box, so let me show you how to make this. Just minimize it and go to picture box, search for picture box and drag it. Make it of size whatever you want to fit the whole screen, and after that you can add one image in it. For that you need to click this arrow, and after that choose image, local resource, and click on import. And after that you can choose this one to look it similar. Okay, and open this. Open. Here you can see that images here, and what we need is that here should be written hospital management systems. For that we need a label. We need to put it here, I guess, and now change its name, hospital management system. Okay, let's increase its size to look it cool. Let me make it 16 at least. There we go. Okay, so now what we need is we need one more thing, that's exit button. For that we need one more button. Here we put it. Properties, just change it to exit. Select it all, move it a little upward so that put a GIF. Okay, so in our project we have seen one GIF, the heartbeat. We need to put it here and maximize its size like this. Just need to click on this picture box. After that, local import and import one image from wherever you have. I have it right here. Let me show you. Sorry, searching for GIF, right? Where I keep it. Here it is. Just need to open and click on OK. We need to fit stretch image, and here we go. I have added image, and what we're missing is the logo. Here is this one we are missing. For that we need to put four labels. Okay, so just label and just drag it here, copy, paste, paste and paste. And this symbol, let me copy it. It's not in keyboard actually. I have copied it from internet by searching arrow. And here we go. Text is this. Okay, just paste it. I don't remember the size what I have kept of this, so let me check the size of this arrow, and the arrow size is 3133. So click on this, go for the size 3133. What's wrong with it? 31 and 33. Just click on enter. It's not working. Why? This cannot be done yet. Okay, let me check. Mm, 31. Why it's not working? So we don't need to actually change the size of this. We actually need to change the font. Just click on this and go for 22, and here we go. It's for the rest of the arrows we do the same. Just click OK, and let me quickly change it. We need 22. Okay. Just align it, and here we are ready. Just start it. Let me show how to actually it's working. HMS and pass, and click on login. Here you can see this is working perfectly, but this is not changing its color. So now let me show you how it's changed color. Stop it. And first of all, we need to change the design name of each button. Go so that we can make it quickly and easy to remember actually. BDN, add patient, and change the name for the second button, that is BDN, add diagnosis. After that, full history, BTN, full HSTORY, and hospital information. Sorry, that's BTN hospital. And now what we want, whenever we click on this, its color should be red, and the rest of the color should be black. And in the same way, if we click on this, it should be red and this should be black remaining. So how we do this? To do that, we need to code for every button at click event. Okay, so what we need is just change the name of this arrow to design name will be label indicator 1, so that it will be quite easy to remember. And let me copy this, and now I'm going to paste it. Sorry, just change it to 2. In the same way do for the rest. And here it is, it's 4. And now what we want is to make it red whenever we click on this button. So I have just double clicked to generate a click event. Now at click event we need to code that label indicator 1 dot for color is equal to system dot drawing dot color. What we color need is red. You can put whatever color you like, and the same way just execute it and see what happens. HMS and password is pass, and then I'm going to click it. It's now red. In the same way we do for the rest of the program. And just double click on this, just copy it and paste it here for what? For 2, right? In the same way for rest of the remaining, here we need 3, and for this here we need, just change this to 4 and save. Now we execute it. Here you can see for this it becomes red, for this it also becomes red, for this it also becomes red, for this. What we want is that when we click on this, the remaining should be black. When we click on this, it should be red and remaining should be black. For that, what we need to do is should be same but just in a bit different order. I need to stop it. Sorry, like this, and just change it to 3 and it's 4, and the color will be black, right? Should be black. It also should be black, right? And just copy these line of codes, just put it here, here, and here too, and just change it to which one is missing. Just change it to this 1 2 3 and 4. Make sure that 1 2 3 and 4 all remains in the this. Here missing is 1 actually. Here missing is 1, right? To make it in the right place, and here done it. Now just start it and HMS pass, and here we go at facing. And here you can see this, what actually is going on. This becomes red for the which button we form the click event. Okay, so what we needed is when we click on this exit button, this needs to be exit. I mean that this dashboard needs to be closed. For that we need to just change it to, let me change its design name. That's BDM exit. Let me change its color to red. Background color, so it will look quite good on. Well, no, that's not look good. Light red. Okay, now it's look good. So what we need is just double click on this and system dot exit. Let me check. System dot sorry, I made a mistake. What we need is this dot close. Means that this form needs to be closed, and after that we start it. Sorry, I have written the wrong line. Let's close, save it, just start it, and here we go, HMS and pass, and now this works perfectly fine, and after that exit, and it's also perfectly fine. So in the next lecture I'm going to show you, let me show you. Today I have shown you how to make this. Okay, in next lecture I will show you how to code on add new patient record, how this is coming, and how the data is to be saved in the database. Okay, so stay tuned to our YouTube channel, and thanks for watching. Please subscribe our YouTube channel to view upcoming videos and new videos, and please don't forget to click on the bell icon, and please share with your friends, and do comments if you need the source code. Thanks for watching. Welcome to my YouTube channel. In last lecture I have shown you how to make this all. Okay, let me show you a quick demo what I have done in the last lecture. In last lecture I have shown you how to make this and all these functions, how it is working. Today I'm going to show you how to write program for add new patient record. Okay, let me show how actually add new patient record will look like. When we click on add new patient record, it needs to be look like this, and how to make this I'm going to show you step by step, and how to perform this save click and how the data going to be saved in the database. I will show you today. Okay, so now let's start with that. First of all, what we need is that when we click on this, we need a panel to overlap this. Okay, so first what we need is panel. Okay, just drag and drop it. Here we have panel. Panel is like a plate in which you can put fruits like text box and other buttons, whatever you want to put, you can put in a plate. In the same way, this panel works. Okay, so let me check the size of this picture box so that I can keep the same size of my panel. Let me just copy it and just change its size and click enter. Make sure that this panel exactly overlaps over that picture box. Okay, so here we go. Now let me show you what happened when we execute it. Here we go. Picture box is not visible now. What we need, when this dashboard pop up, picture needs to be visible, and when we click on this white page needs to be here. For that, we are going to code at the dashboard load event. For that, we need to double click on the dashboard here, and here what we need to write is this panel needs to be hidden when the dashboard loads. So what's the panel name is? Let me check. The panel name, design name is panel 1. So what we want is panel 1 dot visible is equal to false. Okay, so now let me show you what happened. Now here you can see this. Now the picture box is visible and panel is hidden. Now when I click on this add new panel record, patient record, nothing is happening. Why? Because I have not written a few line of code here. Let me write it. What we need, whenever we click on the add patient button, that panels need to be visible. For that, panel 1 dot visible is equal to true. Okay, here we go. Now just execute it. Now here you can see what happened when I click on this white panel pop up. Now it's working perfectly. Now what we need is we need to draw actually the all text boxes, combo box, and all the levels. For that, let me copy the first text box. Here we go. How many text box we need is, let me just copy and paste it. Okay, this much is enough for this, and one combo box. Just drag and drop it here. I will show you how actually it's going to work. Now label, we need labels. Yeah, it's very important. Level 2 for each text box there needs to be a level like this. Okay. Now let me change its name. Not the design text. That is for patient name first. After that we need is address. After that we need patient contact number. Okay. After that we need age and then gender. After that we need blood group. Blood group is important. Okay, blood group. And after that we need past history in major disease. So for this actually helps the doctor. Okay, and we need one more level. Okay, so what is that for? That for patient ID. Now let me arrange it in a proper way. Okay, so name needs to be in this format. Make it large enough so that it look good. Manage the space between it just by dragging this. The size needs to be this, and after that actually we need this combo box for gender because select easily. Here it is. Here we go. Now gender, and this is blood group field. Okay, now just arrange it as you feel like. Just try to make it look sexier. I'm just making what I can do the best with it, like this. And I need a button here. Let me change its name to save, and now it's design name to btn save. Okay, and just make it a bit upward because it's looking down. Now it's good. Now a level is missing. Let me take a level, just drag and drop it here and change its name to, no, not design name, add new patient record. Now it's looking a bit more good. Just moving this all down. Now just place it here. Make it a little bold. I guess I can do that just by clicking on this font and increase the size to 12. Okay, there we go. Now it's look good. Let me show you how actually it's looking. Now click on this. Now here we go. Here we see that nothing is in this combo box. Let me put something in this combo box. Just click on this, edit items like mail. Okay, enter email and other. Sorry, just click on OK. Now wherever we run this, now we will see these options in this, and one rectangular shaper to make it look nice. Okay, this will show the boundary for this, where it goes. This will actually the boundary of this panel. Now make it large enough. There we go. Now execute it and you will see how actually it look like. Here we go. This is the boundary. Before this is not visible. Now it's look much good. Okay, so let me place it on the right place. Now what we do is we need to change the name of design name of each text field so that we can easily remember it. Okay, for that let's put it name is txt name. Okay, after that address, just go to properties. You can do like this, properties, and here design name. Make sure that you're changing the name in design name. Okay, so change its name to txt address, and after that contact number. For that you need to do is txt contact. You just need to keep this in such a way that which can be easily rememberable. Okay, so this is a combo box. So sorry, it's a text box. So I'm going to keep its name txt age, and here it's combo box. For that I'm going to put its name as just combo and gender. After that what we need is blood group, and I'm going to change it to txt blood. After that we are going to change this value, this 80 measures suffered earlier, to txt ANY, and click enter. For patient ID I'm going to change it to txt PID. Okay, now we are done with this all, and what we need is we just need to perform the click event on this, and after that all these records needs to be saved into my database. So now I'm going to show how to create this database for this insertion. Let me show you. So now I'm going to show you how to create the database for this. For that I'm going to start the MySQL Studio server. Here you need to perform two tasks. First, you need to write this query and execute, and after that write this query and then execute. First, after executing this, change this to hospital and then execute this. Okay, this is showing error because I have selected this database, and in this database I have already have this table. Okay, so that's why it's showing error. You need to execute this. Just pause the video and write this in your SQL queries, SQL Server Management Studio. Okay, now let's go forward to our program, and here I'm going to write code for this save button. Okay, so just double click on this to generate a click event. Now this click here, VDN save click event is generated. This what we first need to do is we need to extract the values from the text box. Okay, we need each of the values entered by user into a text box, into a variable. Okay, so for that I'm going to write like this: string name. This is the variable we are creating, and how to extract the data. We have written the design name txt name dot text. Okay, so what is exactly this is txt name is the name of this text box, and what we need from this text box is text. That's what I have written here. So without wasting time, let me copy the code for rest of the extraction of data from the each field. Okay, let me search. Here we go. This is the code. Okay, just let me show you. Okay, here we are extracting all the data from each folder. Sorry, I have already written it. Just remove it. Now what we need is we need to create an SQL connection to the database. And how to do that? First we need SQL connection. It's showing error because I have not imported the library. Just click on this, use SQL using system data.sql client. Just click on this, it will remove the error. And go on, I'm creating a connection object, new SQL connection, and just click on this. And after that you need to make a connection by passing connection string and it's equal to what we need is data source is equal to, in connection string we pass the data source as what is your database and database location. For that we need to just go to this connection object explorer. You need to copy this, okay, and copy this, okay, and paste it here, and after that put 2/ and SQL express. You just need to write like this. Okay, sorry, actually SQL express is already written here. You just need to add one more slash here. And what is your database? My database is equal to hospital. My database name is hospital, and integrated it's asking for security. Okay, so in is equal to, just write it true, nothing else we need it. Sorry, this needs to be like this. And now what we need is we are going to create an SQL command. Sorry, new SQL command like this to perform an operation, and we are passing this command connection is equal to the connection string. After that whatever we need to execute is cmd dot command text, and let me just copy this text. I hope you know how to write it. Okay, so just copy this all and I will explain you what exactly it is. Just copy this and paste it here. Okay, so I have shown you till here. This is inserted into add patient. This is SQL query. Add patient, let me show you. Here we have created the table add patient. In this table we are going to insert the data. The data should be inserted in the same order in which the table is created. Firstly the name, after that full address, after that contact, after that age. Okay, here you can see firstly name, address, contact, age in the same way. If you are inserting a string, then you need to put like this, one extra single exclamation mark, and if you are outputting an integer, you need to write the value like this, and this is concatenation by putting plus. Okay, so actually this is not name, this is the variable, and the variable value is assigned with this SQL query. And after that we have performed this SQL data adapter and these functions to execute this property. Okay, now what we need is we need to put this in try catch block. Let me show you why I'm putting this in try catch block. Okay, so this is actually SQL. If you are going to write in something wrong, it's going to cause an error or exception. So let me handle this. Catch what you catching exception. Okay, so what we need is we need to show this message box show that okay, let me execute this first. After that we will see that the data is being inserted in the database or not. Okay, so let's start this program. Add patient, name is Rakul, and address is Delhi, contact number is something like this, age is 25, gender is male, blood group is A positive, any major disease suffer, yes, and patient ID always needs to be unique. For that 256, and just save it. And now let me check this in the database. So now select star from what add patient. Okay, so just execute it, and what we have added is Rakul Delhi. This is actually what we have added here. You can match it. Rakul Delhi, this, yes, and 256 ideas. So now what we want is whenever we click on this save button, every data within this needs to be clear. And how we are going to do that? So we are going to do that by just writing few more lines. Okay, txt name dot clear. It's actually clear the text field. Okay, txt name is the text field name, and what we want to do that it's clear after the insertion and everything is done. This needs to be clear. Okay, so do same thing for rest of the let me copy this, just copy this and paste it here. For combo box we need to perform a clear method is not there for combo box. Combo box method is reset text. Okay, so whenever we are going to write it data in it, and whenever we click on the save button, the data is going to be saved in the database and all this field is going to be empty. Okay, so what we need is now we need a pop-up that shows that data is saved whenever we save the data. Okay, so for that I'm going to just write one message box here, message box dot show data saved. I just need this. Okay, whenever we are going to click on the save, this is going to insert the data and this will pop up this, and when we click on that OK pop-up message box, all the text is going to be clear, and we are going to write something like invalid data format or invalid ID. Now let me show you what happened when we enter something wrong. HMS and pass. Okay, so let me write something like this, and these fields are empty. So invalid data format or invalid PID. Now let me show you how to perform, how actually this is going to be cleared or not. For that I'm going to enter new, name is Bird Waller. After that address is US, contact number is 13 and like this and go on. Age is 30 plus, gender needs to be male, blood group AB positive. After that I need if it is no, patient ID needs to be unique, and for that 241, and just click on save button. Data saved into the database, and when you click on this, here you can see all the data, text fields and combo fields are empty. And now let me show you the database. Secure it. Here cut waller is here. So in today's lecture I have done this for the add new patient record, and the next lecture I'm going to show you how to add diagnosis information. Let me show you a quick demo what is in that button. Okay, add diagnosis information. Here I'm going to show you how to work with this, like, okay, and how to add these and insert into the database. Okay, so for the today's lectures I'm done. Thanks for watching. Please do subscribe my YouTube channel, and please do your something like and share and comment. And if you need something, you need the source code, please put your email ID in the comment box or follow my videos. Thanks. Welcome to my YouTube channel. In last lecture I have shown you how to make this add new patient record. Okay, let me show you how actually it is. If you have not seen my previous videos, then watch my previous video. I have shown how to create this and how to code for this. In the last lecture I have shown you how to create this design, and after that how the save button is working. And today I'm going to show you how to code for add diagnostic information. Let me show how actually it look like. I have already created this project. In that project I'm going to run and show you. So there it is, add diagnosis information. Here you can see this type of pop-up will come when you click on add diagnosis information. I have already added few patients like 1 to 1. Whenever you click write the PID, all the information will be shown here, and needs to add more information with this PID and the rest of the information. The data needs to be saved in this database. Let me show you how to do this today. Okay, so let's begin. If you have not subscribed my YouTube channel, please go and subscribe and hit the bell icon, and please do comment if you need source code. So now what we first need is we need a panel. Okay, so just drag a panel of what size. Let me check the size of previous panel. The previous panel is 632 and 339. 632 and 339, right? Just click on this, go down. Oh sorry, I forgot. 632 and 339. There we go. I guess I missed something. Let me just copy it and just make sure that one panel overlap exactly same on the second panel, because if you are not going to do so, then this is going to create trouble for you. Now it's doesn't overlap exactly. By shifting we can actually overlap it, but I'm facing some issue, I guess. Just extend it. Now it's good. So what we need is first we need a label. Okay, so let me design it. After that, change its name. Okay, what we need is we need to write, search for text and then type adding more information about patient, like this. And after that you can customize it whatever you feel it will look better, like increasing its size or making it bold. I'm not going to change font for it. I'm just going to make it bold. So now it's look good. Adding more information. What we need is one more level, and let's name it PID, that is patient ID. After that, need a text box. Search for text box and drag and drop it here. Okay. Now what we need is we need a grid view, so where we can show the data like this. Let me show you in my completed project. Here it's a grid view, so whenever we going to type the data, the PID, the data should be visible here. So this is actually a grid view. Let me show you how this grid view work and how exactly we are going to do that. So search for grid view, data grid view, drag and drop it, make its size in your way, which way you need actually the size. I'm just making it not large that much. I need few text box and labels. So first dragging few levels. I need 5 levels, so that, okay, there we go, and one more, and I need 3 text box and 2 combo box. Text box, and let me copy this 3 times. In this we can actually copy the text box and other and just paste it to replicate it, and we need 2 combo box. There we go. Just click on this, Ctrl+C and Ctrl+V. Okay. So here we are done with this, and what we need is we need one button to save the data. For that, just need to drag and drop one button here, and just go to properties and change its name to save. Okay. Sorry, just making it look proper. Just change its name. Here. Just change its name to symptoms, and this name to diagnosis, and its name to medicine. After that, change its name to ward required and change this text to type of what required and type of what. So let me add few answers to this. If you want to add something in this combo box, just go and click on this, edit items, and if what is required, then either it will be yes or no. So that's it for this. For editing this type of word, just go there and write type of word. Maybe let me check what actually type of word is I've added in this. I forgot what I have added. General, duo, single. Okay, so let me show you. General, let me change it. Let me make it AC or non AC or none. Okay, so I have added this none because if someone is selected that word required, then no, then type of word is none. Okay, so now what we are going to do is I'm going to write the code for this text box, because whenever we are typing something, it's actually fetching the data from this PID, from the PID and from the database, and then that data is going to be shown on this grid view. Okay, so how we are going to do this? We are going to generate a text change event of this text box. For that, I'm going to just let me generate the text event. Let me going to text change event. For that, just click on this and go to event change and search for text change event. Here it is. Now just double click on this and the text changed event will be generated. I've just double clicked on this, and here you can see text box 1 dot text change event is generated. So now what we need is that we need first we need to store PID, that is patient ID, from the text box to a string. So that I'm going to, let me show how actually it's what we need is from the text box we need that integer value. Okay, so we just need to write text box name is textbox1 dot text. Okay, so it's not going to work because that's the string value and we are storing it in an integer variable. So for that we need to convert this into the string, into the int formats. For that we just need to write the convert dot to int, and I'm going to make it 32, and after that I just need to put it into the bracket. There we go. So now we have this PID into this variable, and now what we need is we need to make the database connection. For that I'm just going to write the few lines of code which is going to connect the database. First we need is SQL connection. We are need the connection and connection object. I'm going to create this connection object, and after that SQL connection. I just need this curly braces, and what this is, no, it's fine. So now we need is connection dot connection string. Okay, so connection string actually requires the database URL and username and password. Okay, so that I'm going to database source. This database source is actually you have installed this Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio. Here you can see this connect object, and this needs to be copied and paste there. Okay, so let me show you how going to work. Just paste it here, just put one more slash, that's it. Okay, so now what we need is, we just need to put a comma, semicolon, and after that, what is database name? Database is equal to, sorry, I have just done something wrong. Just to make sure that you are not going to make any error in this database, and database, my database name is hospital, as I have told you in the previous video, hospital. And this is actually asking for this password or security, that is, you are going to write integrated security is equal to true. Make sure this T should be in the capital letter, and after that semicolon, close. Now what we need is, now we have created the connection with the database. Now what we need to fetch the data from this database, that is hospital. Let me show you the database. Okay, so this is my database. I have made multiple databases. Here I have hospital database. In this database I have these tables. In last lecture I have shown you how to make this add patient table. Today I will show you how to make this patient mode, to add more fields of data of the patient. Now let's forward. Let me show you how to fetch the data. We need SQL command, and cmd is equal to need SQL command object. I have created the object of SQL command. After that, I'm just giving a connection to this command object, that is on. And after that, I'm going to write the query. For that, I'm using this command object, SQL command dot command text. I'm just going to write the command text, that is what we need. We need is all the records from the database from this add patient. I need all this record from the database from add patient. What we need is, we need to write select start from, let me change, add patient. I'm just going to copy this and I'm going to paste it here. You just need to write this select start from add patient, where PID is equal to, I'm going to concatenate whatever the user is going to enter here. Okay, so user have entered the value which is going to be stored in this variable. I'm going to assign this variable here. Just string concatenation is done in this way by using this plus plus and double quotes, and I need one more double quotes here. So now it's perfectly fine. After that, the data which is coming from the database, we need to store it somewhere. So there I'm going to create SQL data adapter, the data adapter DA, this is the object, and in SQL data adapter I am passing the command. After that I am going to store it in data set. Okay, and now I'm going to just fill it, the data which is I have received, into this data set. Now the data is here in the data set. I can show you like this. Okay, I have executed the program. Here we go. There is a problem. So this data set is not having any value. Actual result set, where it is, this data set is null. I'm just continuing it. Data set is null. So first we need to check is that this actually we are not able to click more than one number. So that I'm going to first do something for that, because whenever I click the first anything enter in the this text box, it's going to execute it. So how to prevent that? To prevent that, I'm going to check a condition. If text box one dot text is not equal to null, actually it is nothing, then we are going to execute this value. Okay, and only if this is going to happen like this, then it's going to be execute this. Now start it. Let me add a breakpoint here. 1 2. It always going to check here, because whenever we enter something, it's going to execute this all, and check for the every entry. So I'm going to just click on this and 1. So here we see for the 1 2 1. Let me see what actually it's going, what's wrong with it. Okay. So now I'm going to make one more thing. Int a, I'm just creating this to add a breakpoint because it's not filling the data. So how it's working? When I click something, when I enter something in it, it goes into this PID, and all this is all these lines of codes is going to be performed and check that there is no data filled, because there is no data recovered from the database for the PID 1. Okay, so now what we have in PID is 1. Here you can see that, and the string is generated, that is, here you can see what is the string is generated. Select star from add patient where PID is equal to 1, but in the database there is no 1 PID. So when we the data set is empty, actually, where we can see it doesn't have any value, but the empty table name is here. So how we are going to do this, let me show you. 1 2, and one more time I'm going to execute it, and 1. So now 1 to 1 is actually in database. So now database needs to be have some value, data set needs to be had some value. Here you can see now we have some data, and what we need now, we are actually fetching the data from the database, and it's being stored in this data set. That's what actually I'm checking. So now what we need to do is we need to put this data into the grid view, this grid view. And how this is going to be performed, let me show you. Just you need to write is data grid view 1, that is the design name of this grid view. Let me show this. Design name is data grid view 1. Okay, so whatever you want to do with this grid view, that should be done with the help of this design name. That is data grid view 1 dot data source. Okay, so data source, what is the data source to add? That is data set, this data set, object of this data set dot table. What we need is tables, and please enter the index. So that is 0, first index we want. So let me show you how it actually works. Okay, so now we are going to enter 1 to 1, and here the data is. Okay, now what we need is we need to perform the save button click. Okay, so at the save button click, what we need is these data needs to be saved into the database, but for these there is no table is created in this database. To create the table, you need to execute this query. Okay, this is giving me a warning because I have already have this table in my database, and just add this. In this, I am storing the PID so that finally, for viewing all the patient record, all the data, I can use the join operation. I will show it later. But now you just need to execute this query. Okay. And after executing, what we need to do is we need to first let me change some design name for these text boxes and combo boxes. Okay. For that, I'm going to do the symptoms name as properties. Let me change its design name so that it make me easy to use. txt bx symptoms. It's not compulsory you also keep the same name. You can keep it as per your concern. Okay, so I'm just keeping this as txt bx gnosis. Okay, for the next I'm going to just keep it as txt bx. Just put this name in such a way that you can easily remember it, or you can identify it that with this design name or this variable name, this text box is responsible. You are fetching the data from this text box. Okay, so this is combo box. So combo ex word, that is word, and for this I'm going to keep this like, let me combo bx and word type. Okay, so here we go. Now what we need is whenever we need to just click on, whenever we click on the save button, I want to save the data into this database. Okay, so this table actually in this format. Okay, I want this PID, symptoms, diagnosis, medicine, what type is going to be saved in this database. So that we need to generate a click event. Just double click on this to generate a click event. Okay, here what we need is we need to put the score in try catch block because we are going to use the exception catch. Actually, we are going to use SQL query, that's why I'm putting it into a try catch block. So what we first need is we need the data from each of the text and combo fields. For that, I have shown you how to do that. PID is equal to, I am going to convert it into the string, sorry, into the integer from a string to int32, and what we need from the text box is text. Okay, so I have written the wrong name. Make sure you are working with this current pan. Text box 1, its name is text box 1. Be careful with this design name. Okay, otherwise your code will not work. Now what we need is a string sympd and txt bx, and that is symptoms, and what we need is text from this symptom box. From this box what we need is text, and I'm storing this into sympd. After that we need such more string, sorry, string dig, just put whatever variable name you want to. String txt bx medicines. Okay, dot text, I need this, and after that what we need is string word. This is the object, and that is a combo box word dot text. I need string word type. type is equal to combo box what type dot text. Okay, now we need to create the same SQL connection. For that, I'm just going to copy this code and I'm going to paste it here. I'm going to make few changes, like this query will not work here. So for that, I'm going to write new SQL query, and here we need an insert query. For that, how it's going to write, let me show you. Insert into patient more and values. Patient more is table name, and how we're going to add the values like this, double quotes. Doing this double quotes need what is first is PID, and after that put the comma, sorry, after that put this double quotes and double plus and one more because it's a string, so string is going to carry this one more colon, sorry. And what we need is SYMPD. Make sure that this needs to be in the same format in which format the database is. Firstly, my database contains PID, and after that symptoms, and after that diagnosis, medicine, what type. In the same way, first I am inserting PID, after that inserting symptoms, and after that this is diagnosis, and after that remaining. Let me show you how exactly it works. And after that, need to, I'm just copying it. Okay, and paste it. I'm just going to insert symptoms DIHE. After that, what I need is DIHE, and after that medicines. After that, what? After that, what type? Okay, so what we need is just bracket close and this and this. There we go. Make sure that you write the same as I have written here. Okay, so now we go further. So now this is going to insert the data into the database, and in the catch field, what I need is if you are going to enter something wrong value, like in PID or in the symptoms, you are going to insert an integer value or something else, any type of exception is going to generate. Then what we need is, I'm going to show a message box. Let's show, and what we are going to show is, I'm going to show any field is empty or data is in wrong format. I'm going to show this, and after that, if the data is saved successfully and there is no error, then I'm going to show message box dot show data saved. Okay, so let me execute and show this that it's working properly or not. HMS. Okay, let me show what is actually in this database right now. Patient more. This is the table in which this time data is going to be executed. That is going to be saved. Here we have, and now I'm going to work with this. No, actually not. I'm going to make few changes in this, like this is not coming up. Let me show how this is going to work. Okay, so first of all, what we need is when we click on this panel needs to be hidden. Sorry, this panel needs to be shown, and the behind panel is going to be hidden. Okay, so what is done here? This is now panel 2 dot visible is equal to false. First of all, what we need whenever we click on this add new patient record, this panel needs to be hidden and only panel 1 needs to be visible. For that, I'm going to double click on this, and I have hidden this panel 2 dot visible is equal to false. And what we need is one more thing. Whenever this dashboard is load, panel 2 also needs to be invisible. Okay, so now we are done with this. Now let me just click. Okay, now this is how we are going to receive, but we have missed this. Okay, so what we need is whenever we click on this add diagnosis, we need to panel 2, we want to show this panel. Okay, so true, actually panel 2 needs to be visible and panel 1 needs to be panel add patient, add diagnosis information. Sorry, this is the wrong, it needs to be false. And I'm just going to, when we enter this button add diagnosis, what we need is panel 1 needs visible is equal to false. Okay, and panel 2 dot visible is equal to true. So now let me execute this. HMS and my password is passed. Now it's working fine. Okay. So let me add few records. Now name is Kunal, address is MP, contact number is 100, very standard contact number. Age is I guess 15 years. Very small to use the software, and AB positive. Anyways, the data stuff. No, current now child. I'm just keeping patient ID 300. Now this data is going to be shown in this. Okay, so data is saved and click on OK. Now all the data has been cleared. I have shown this in previous video, and after that I'm just going to write the PID 300. Now here PID is shown. All the data I have shown you. Okay, so PID is also visible here. So what I need is on this PID I need to add more information. That symptoms is fever, I guess, normal diagnosis, normal BP, that is 120 by 80. Medicines, D, I don't know much more about medicines, but for fever I don't know what to give. Let me give it the cold total. Big section 5 and random few names. Vertica, no, and none. And I'm just currently in this patient mode, we only have 2 rows for this PRA 121 234. Now I'm going to insert this. Okay, let me show you. I'm just going to insert this normal VP 125 this, and just going to click on the save button. Data is saved successful. Okay, so here we go. Now we are going to execute this for one more time. Execute this. Here you see this is already added and the database. Now data is being saved. So let me, it's the code is actually working fine. Let me make it a bit better with this rectangular shaper. Okay, just I've shown this in the last lecture too. It actually makes the boundary for the panel that look more sexier. Now let me start it. That is HMS and fast. Now here we go. This This is now the rectangular shaper, and here we go. So what we need, one more thing is, you can clear the text box and combo box here whenever you click on the save button. I have shown you how to do that. You just need to just go this, and after the message box is saved, what you need is, you need to just what is the text box name is txt diagnosis dot clear. Just clear the text field txt medicine dot clear. Just clear the another txt and symptoms dot clear. And I have told you clear is not going to work on the combo box, so combo box dot var dot reset text. This is a method for resetting the combo box. Okay, now this will clear all the text fields after the entry of the data. And let me clear one more, the PID. And for that, text box 1 dot clear, sorry. Okay, so now it's working perfectly, and I have shown you how to do that. Okay, so let me show. There we go. Now everything is visible. Now you can change it like this. Okay, so in the today's lecture I have done for the today lecture. In the next lecture I am going to show you, let me show what I am going to show you in the next lecture. The next lecture I am going to show you with the full history of patient, like the all records from this add new patient, got these all data and this symptoms and diagnostic in one place like this. Here you can see all the data is shown here, like Kunal. They currently now I have added this in the database in this project, and this hospital information. The next video I'm going to do the task for all with this too. Okay, so thanks for watching. Please subscribe my YouTube channel and please like and share as much as you can. Thanks for watching. Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. In last lecture I have shown you how to design this. Let me show you. In last lecture I have shown you how to make this and how this data is coming here, and how to save, how to design this all, and how to save this data into the database. And okay, so in today's lecture I'm going to show you how to design on this button, full history of the patient. In the previous video I have shown for these two. If you have not seen my previous videos, go to my channel and search for hospital management system playlist, and there you can search previous videos. Okay, so let me show you what I'm going to show you today. Like today I'm going to show you how this is coming actually. Okay, in the from the database, and also this one. Okay, so let me show you. So to do that, first what we need is panel. Okay, so let me drag and drop a panel here. It's on the wrong place. Let me drag once again, and here I have, here we go. Here we need is just place it perfectly. It needs to be overlap exactly upon the previous one. If you can do so, then this will not work properly. Okay, so now it's on the right place. What we need is, we need one grid view to show the data over it. So for that I need a grid view, data grid view. Drag and drop it here. Make size as much as you want. Like this, I need it to be large, and I need one label so I can show that what exactly and what data I am exactly showing to users. Just go to queries, change its name, search for text, and change it to full history of the patient. Here we go. I can make it a little bold, I guess, so that it look a bit nice. Change it to increase its size to. There we go. Now what we need is that whenever we click on this button, this grid view is filled with the whole data which is in this patient more and add patient. Okay, so how to do that? To do that, we need to code on this button click event. To generate this button click event, just double click on this, and here we are with this click event. Here you can see button full history and click event. This is the event name. Okay, so what we first need is that when we execute it, wait for a while, it's processing, that when we click on this, okay, something went wrong. This cannot be true. In the previous video, let me correct it. I think I have made some mistake. Okay, so let me show you what exactly why this is going. Let me show you. What we need is when we click on this, then this is a third panel actually, but what we need is that panel should be hidden when we click on this button. So let's go here and make it panel 3 dot visible is equal to false. Okay, and what we need to do is we need to add this to few more places like here. Okay, and one more place where we need this in dashboard 2. Okay, and at this place I have already added it to add diagnosis information. Actually I have added it 2 times. So what we need is add button diagnosis. We need this too, but at the full history patient, what we need is we need to view this panel 3. So we need true, but what we don't need is panel 1 dot visible is equal to false, and we don't need the panel 2 dot visible is equal to false. Here we go. Now let's execute it and see that it's working properly or not. So now here we can see that okay, but something went wrong. I guess I'm wrong with this. Panel 3 dot visible is equal to true, but before that I need to hide this. Let me check once what exactly is going on. Okay, we have some other problem. That's why I'm telling you to take care of panel with the handle care. Actually, I was having problem with the panel. I have not placed the panel properly. Now I have placed it. If you face such problem, then you just need to do this, that you have to delete this current panel, and after that you need to again place it here. Okay, so now this is working properly fine. Now what we need is we need to put this data, whenever we click on this full history of the patient. Okay, so how we are going to do that? For that, we need to code on this full history dot uh, full history of patient button. Okay, so what we need to do is first we need to make an SQL connection. In the last video, I have shown you how to make the SQL connection. Let me just copy that code. Okay, so let me just copy the code from here to okay here, and let me put it where we need to put it. Just put it here, and we make some changes in this. So here this query will not work. What we need is we need the data from both of this table, and how we are going to do that. We are just going to perform our join operation. Okay, so how to write the query for join operation? That let me show you what is the query actually. Select star from add patient inner join. Okay, actually what we need is we need that okay, so we need all the data, so we perform inner join on patient more on patient dot eid, that is the primary key, dot pid, that is the foreign key, and here we go. So let me show you what actually happened when we execute this query in this database. Okay, so what actual data is being retrieved from the database. Now I'm going to execute it. Here you can see this. The whole data from both the tables are executed here. So now let's go and see what we can do with this. Okay, now the whole data is now in this data set, and what we need is we need to put this data into this grid view. And how we are going to do that? We just need to write the data grid view dot data source is equal to object of data set dot table, and the index number, that is 0, and here we go. Now what is it is actually done, that when we click on the start button, and let me type, and now I'm going to click on this, and here we can see that all the data from the database is now being fetched. Okay, so now this is done. So here we can see all the data which is user entered into this full history of the patient. Okay, so we are going to design for the hospital information. For that we just need a panel, or okay, we need a panel, and just keep it here and just drag and place it in the right place. Make sure the size of the previous panel is same of the new panel. Okay, so that it make easy to do that. Now what we need is I need one picture box, because I am going to place one picture box in which data is filled with the hospital details. Okay, so this data don't need to be changed. I'm going to add an image in this picture box. Local import, click on import, local resources, and click on import, and here we go. I need one thing. Let me add this picture. Okay, so here the information of your hospital can be anything. Different hospital have different details, so I'm just adding this. This is not a bad picture, I guess. Let me stretch this. Okay, so what we need is, when we click on this, this picture needs to be shown, or this panel needs to be shown, and rest of them needs to be hidden. So first we need is, click on this, and here what we need is panel 4. Now we get that the last panel name is panel 4 and visible is equal to true. Okay, and for the rest of the panel, like panel 1 dot visible is equal to false, panel 2 dot visible is equal to false, and the same way for panel 3 dot visible is equal to false. Here we go. And what we need is, when we click on this, panel 4 need to be hidden. So for that we again need to write everywhere panel 4 dot visible is equal to false, and just copy it. We need to write it few more places where we need to write this, and here also we need to write this, and one more place where we need the load event, we need to write it. Just save it and execute it. Okay, so now this is working perfectly fine. I have shown in the first lecture and this in the second, and today I have shown you how to do this. And the last one, information. Okay, it again creates some issue with this. Let me check it out. Okay, so with this, I guess I have done again a few small mistake, not a big deal. So sorry, it's actually working, that's why it's causing problem. Let me make it a bit smaller. Okay, so what actually this is doing is, when you overlap the panel, sometimes it's cause problem and sometimes it's not, so make sure you need to adjust it. Okay, so that's not an issue. And the same way I have shown in the previous videos, to overlap that, you can actually overlap. That's a new, not a big deal. So actually from this lecture, I have completed the project, and leave your valuable comments in the comment section. And if you need the source code, please comment your email ID in the comment box. And if you need videos on some particular stuff, then you can uh, comment so that I can make a video on that. And thanks for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe and press the bell icon.